Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews. And today we have another series of statues that are going to be reviewed throughout the next week or so. And this one is of, I'm absolutely going to slaughter this name. Munakata. Okay. Munakata Ichigo bunny version. No idea who that is. This is another illustration piece made from a company called Binding. It's 1/4 scale, so it's huge. And this is the box. And it is a absolutely massive box. Also from 18, I guess it's a collaboration with 18, which is another company. I think I've had a couple of those on my channel before, but the box actually opens up like this, like almost from the side. And see if I can find out how to open this. Yeah, like this, and then it opens up like that, and then the figure sits inside. It's just a gigantic box, but so it's a cool looking box. It takes up a shit ton of space though, so it's not really ideal for my setup. You see I'm knocking down my background and everything, but I am able to get this back in here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Well, yeah, that is the box. Let me fix this. So that's the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figure now. All right, so here we are with the actual figure out of the box. Well, technically it was out of the box anyway. You saw the box was empty when I show you guys the box. This thing is absolutely gigantic. I haven't actually tried to take her apart other than the pieces that I had to install on her, which were her ears and these covers for her private parts. And what's cool about this one is that she has a ton of magnets in it, so she has some decent weight to her. And so she has a bunch of magnets in her that helps these pieces stick on. So when you want to take it off, you can take off the piece like so. I'm not going to actually show what's under there, but you can take it off like this. And then you can also just put it back on like so. And so it will be magnetized to it. Same thing with the, oops, I just hit my camera, with the boobies. Well, yeah, there we go. Same thing with the boobies. You can take it off and there's that piece. So that's what these look like. So zooming in, you can see that, yeah, they're pretty cool. They're all shaped like this. So, or they're all in this with this material, but you can see the magnet in there right there. And in her little nipples, I guess, or it might be the whole boob might have a big giant magnet in it, but, and you just attach it to her like so. And it sticks. Same way with the crotch area. Now, this thing is absolutely huge. I have no idea where I would even put this thing at the moment, but getting a closer look at her, see how I can shoot this, because this thing is huge. I don't think her head comes off or anything. Not really gonna try, but you can see we got quite a few different mediums here. We have, hold on, her cover came off. So you can see we have the shiny black plastic here. Then obviously nice matte paint finish on the face and everything. The way she's sitting, it's kind of hard to show her off, but very glossy jacket. Then her outfit obviously is very glossy as well. These are real knit stockings. So that's not paint, they're actually soft bit stockings. So that's pretty cool. Same thing with her boot, or not the same thing with her boots, but the same thing with the shininess from her outfit. Same thing with her shoes. Then you can see the somewhat shading, like a kind of pink shading. Is it? Not so much on her thighs, but you can see it like in between her boobies. Then her little tie right there is done really nicely as well with that hit of red there. Then we look at the back of her head, and then her two pigtails are clearly two separate pieces. These are not meant to come out, but there is a nice gradient from the top of her head with the blonde down to kind of like, I guess, the brownish blondish color. And then we have nice little shading here in her cuffs, the gold little button, I guess you can call that. As far as like design, she is designed very, very well. Like, I'm not seeing really any poor paint or anything. Even these pieces are painted really nicely. Now, I will say I'm not a fan of what her actual boobs look like the actual nipples. They look really weird. So this is probably going to be a piece, if I do display it, she will have all her parts covered, because I don't typically show bottoms in my display. I'll show tops, but I usually don't show bottoms. And considering how she's sitting with her legs just spread wide open, it will be real easy to see the little bottom piece, and I'm not gonna her bottom genitalia, and I'm not in the. It's just not how I display my collection. I'll just put it that way. But that's pretty much. This is basically all she comes with. She has a set of directions. She comes with the nipple and private part cover, and then she gets this stand, which is just like a glass, a mirror. It's like a mirror, and technically it's supposed to reflect her naughty bits, but whoops, she can. Oh, you do get this little piece here, which is supposed to help hold her up. But yeah, I think there might be a film on this. I'm not going to try to take it off, but I think there is a film on this because it's not completely translucent. You can kind of see me there in the mirror, but not translucent. It's kind of foggy, I should say. It's kind of foggy. So, but this does help her not fall over, but you don't necessarily need this piece, but it's nice that they supplied it, but she doesn't technically need it. But yeah, there's not a whole lot going on here, so this will be a short review. I'll pull out some other figures that I have that are also somewhere around this scale. I think I have one or two other 1/4 scale figures, so I'll pull those out and we can do a comparison. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here she is next to Night Nurse. I can't remember what the name of this statue was, and I tried to look it up in my past shipped history on Hobby Link Japan, and I think they've deleted it. So I couldn't find what her name is anymore, but I do believe she is also 1/4 scale. She's a little dusty. Obviously, I'm gonna have to blur out her boobages, but she is a little dusty. But yeah, here's what she looks like next to her. About the same size. Unfortunately, I don't have the space to pose these two together. Maybe one day when I get a bigger spot, I'll be able to get bigger shelves and actually have 1/4 scale figures sitting next to each other. But at this moment, I do not have the space, unfortunately. So, but anyway, that's what she looks like with her. All right, and here she is next to the vampire nurse Maria, also very dusty. Not quite sure if this duster is working. Oh, that's right. Her boobs are silicone, or not silicone, but they're soft. Actually, it might be silicone, but it's just leaving more dust on them. I'm gonna have to actually wipe. I actually have to wipe those off with a rag or something. Yeah, because that dust isn't coming off. Anyway, here she is next to Vampire Nurse Maria, and not quite 1/4 scale, but close enough to where they can kind of pull it off. I think she's like 1/5 scale, I believe. But yeah, that's what she looks like with her. And I think that's it for comparisons. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. Okay, so to wrap things up, let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and take off these. You guys won't be able to see it, obviously, because they are going to be blurred out. But just to give you somewhat of an idea of what maybe she might look like without the covers on. But anyway, yeah, that's it for the review. You know, I don't like to make these statue reviews typically longer than 10 minutes, even though this one did run a little bit longer than 10 minutes. But there's not a whole lot to say about the statues. They're not articulated or anything like that. So, and this one, because of the position that she sits in, it's kind of difficult to actually like show her off as much as I would like anyway. But anyway, yeah, I mean, she's a good addition to the collection. Whether or not she'll actually be in the collection is to be determined, because like I said, I don't have the room. So she may end up just going into storage. She might just end up going into my storage and into my storage unit and kind of collecting dust until I can figure out where to put her. But anyway, that is it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.